Shout out to Andreas. Shout out to, what does that say? Muscle. Somebody said last week that these strings, they thought I had twists coming down from my beard. So if you guys see this, no, it's not the beard, it's the strings. What's up, guys? This is Big Drew, and this is Titan Lifestyle. Titan Lifestyle every week, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here either by myself or with John. We talk about therapy of the week. We talk about Titan therapies, how they benefit you, what you guys like. Two topics that I usually pick out. Anything could be health, fitness related, could be not. Titan events, and my favorite part, question and answers. So get your questions ready. I'll get my answers, my thinking cap on, and we'll jump right into it. First off, let's give some shout outs as well. We got Andreas on here. We got Eric on here. SMP by Rob's on here. Lorianne Liv, shout out to Lorianne. K-Rex, Leanne with Christine, SMP. A lot of people on M-Image, Sam W29, or W89, I should say. Yeah, John Galves. A lot of people on here. It Tayella 1000. What was that? QQ82. I think I said it right. QQ82. But yes, Titan Lifestyle. First off, let's just jump into the therapy of the week real quick. Tirzepatide. What is Tirzepatide? It's a crazy name. And when you hear the tide at the end of it, a lot of people hear Semaglutide, or, so it's kind of similar. But what is Tirzepatide? Tirzepatide is basically like Semaglutide. A lot of people out there have heard of the main company called Ozempic that makes Semaglutide. Semaglutide is actually the actual ingredient. That's just one of the companies that makes it. So in other words, Tirzepatide is the next step up from Semaglutide. So Semaglutide is probably the most popular weight loss thing that they have out right now. A lot of people are taking it. One of the main benefits, and I'll get into Tirzepatide in just a second. The reason why I'm talking about Semaglutide is just to let you know the benefits of both. So Semaglutide is one of the most popular weight loss drugs I have out right now. It's an injectable therapy. You could be injected. I'm not sure the injection frequency, it varies, but basically you would just get an injection and you literally just start losing weight. One of the main reasons why this is so popular is because, whether people want to say it or not, regardless of diet or exercise, you will still lose weight. So I'll say that again. Regardless of diet or exercise, you will still lose weight. A lot of times, even some of the stuff we have here at Titan, it's, take this combined with diet and exercise, or take this combined with this. You really don't need to combine diet and exercise. Now, if you have high blood pressure, if you have all the other issues where your diet is affected, you want to clean that up too. But again, Semaglutide and also Tirzepatide, let's touch base on Tirzepatide. The benefits Tirzepatide over Semaglutide. It's a little bit stronger in terms of its fat-burning effects, so you will burn a little bit more. The difference with Tirzepatide and Semaglutide is Tirzepatide's, one of the side effects of Semaglutide, it makes people feel a little nauseous. Now, we prescribe our patients Semaglutide here. We give them capsules to take along with it to avoid that problem. But for people that don't have those and people that get nauseous, sometimes it can hinder their gains and make them feel funny. You don't want to feel funny. So with Tirzepatide, you're not going to have that problem. It's $650 for a 10-week supply, or 10-week run or cycle, what you want to say, with the compound. People say, oh, $650, that's kind of high. Not really. It's about $65 a week. And if you equivalent that, it's less than $10 per day. Because, $10 a day would be $70 a week. So less than $10 a day, you're guaranteed to lose the weight. You're not going to have the nauseous feeling. Now, in terms of bodybuilding, because me being a bodybuilder, I haven't really heard of too many bodybuilders using this compound. Now, the reason why bodybuilders, we haven't seen yet. I'm sure there are some out there that take it. I'm interested to see how it works, because I'm a firm believer in application to results rather than just pencil pushing and doing theories. But it's going to make you lose total body mass. So if you have, say for instance, myself, I have a high, I have a lot of muscle and low body fat. So if I were to take Tirzepatide, I would probably start eating away at my muscle too, because there's not that much fat to take away. So when I step on the scale, I may go from 280, 285 down 270, 275, but without a lot of fat on my body, it's going to take the muscle away. So keep that in mind if you have a lot of muscle, low body fat. Keep that in mind if you're getting ready for a competition or you just like to stay lean year-round. This is not something you want to take that's going to get you shredded if you're already shredded. These drugs, whether it's Tirzepatide or Semaglutide, were intended for people that are severely overweight, obese, or have, diabetes. So for easiest way to put it is the people that you see in the shopping carts at Walmart, the real 100, 200 pounds overweight people, they would benefit greatly from Tirzepatide, because those people, chances are they're not working out, chances are they're not eating properly. So someone like that, it would be almost perfect for them. Now, once they start losing the weight, they may be motivated to work out. It's also going to help as well, and to eat healthy as well. But in terms of what it does, it's definitely going to make you lose weight. It's just a matter of what weight you want to lose. SMP by Rob has said, how long do you take peptide? I'm assuming he's talking about Tirzepatide. Again, Tirzepatide is a 10-week cycle or a 10-week run, or some people like to call it a cycle, a course. But the protocol is basically 10 weeks long, and again, it's $650, so it's less than $10 a day. So 10 weeks. Also, with our Semaglutide is the same thing. Semaglutide is a 10-week protocol, and the Semaglutide is actually a little bit less. Semaglutide is $550 for 10 weeks. So with the Semaglutide, you're going to be looking at about $55 a week, and with the Tirzepatide, you're going to be looking at $65 a week. Still less than Starbucks if you guys go to Starbucks every day. So reallocate that money, and it'll pay for your weight loss. Chris Martin, Filthy Nation, said, what's up, Big Drew? Blessings. Question, would Tirzepatide and testosterone make a good combo? It depends what you want to do. Depends what avenue you're trying to go. With Tirzepatide, people are usually trying to lose weight. With testosterone, people are trying to lose weight, but they use it for other things as well. It's going to give you a good recovery. It's going to give you lean muscle mass. And testosterone actually targets your belly fat, which as well too. So I could see where you would want to take those together to lose even more weight. But again, if you have a lot of muscle and a low body fat, I wouldn't recommend taking the Tirzepatide. If that's the case, I would recommend taking IGF-1 or MK677. Burton says, can you start over? I just joined. No, I can't start over, but we're just talking about Tirzepatide so far. It's a weight loss drug, therapy of the week, $650, 10 weeks, guaranteed weight loss. Yeah. Also, if for people that are just tuning in now and they missed the beginning, you could always go back, watch the show later. I'll have it on my Facebook. It'll be on Titan Medical's Facebook, also Instagram, also YouTube, TikTok, and the podcast as well. So you have no excuses. You can always go back and listen. Again, I've done over probably 220 shows. I do them once a week, so you can do the math on that. But you can go back and look at every single show I've done on the Titan podcast. You can go back, listen to it over and over again, take notes or do what you got to do. Obviously, Chill says, thoughts on TRT by itself. I'm a firm believer in TRT by itself. If you're taking TRT for what it's supposed to do, that's all you really need is TRT. TRT is testosterone replacement therapy, also known as HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. So yeah, you could do it by itself. There's different levels of TRT though. Some places they'll just bring your testosterone levels up. They may not do a full panel blood work, so they're just looking at testosterone levels. All they care about is getting your testosterone levels up. Other places like us, we do a full panel, so we test everything, your estrogen. So if your estrogen gets high, we give you something for that. If your testosterone gets low, we give you something for that. If testicular atrophy, shrinkage of the testicles is a problem, we may prescribe clomiphene or HCG for that. So we do the whole aspect of HRT, but HRT by itself that's what it's intended to do. HRT is not going to turn into a Ronnie Coleman or anything like that. HRT is just to get you looking and feeling good. And HRT or TRT is for women and men. Some women actually need testosterone if they're low in low T. Women have testosterone as well, just not as much. Adrian Miles said Kimbo Slice is back. Yeah, Kimbo. I get Kimbo like especially because I got the rough beard. Now, before I had this rough beard, it was like, not really that much. But ever since I grew out the scruffy Kimbo beard with the bald head and my size, I get it almost every day. People saying, I had a guy like last year asked me for an autograph at some breakfast place. And I'm like, Kimbo passed away. Like, Kimbo is not around anymore. So, R.I.P. Kimbo Slice. Slim Flash, Titan Medical Center. Yes, I appreciate it. Slim Flash says, which type of who are you? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you could elaborate, I'll get into it. Let me see. Justin Raymond said, how could you join Titan Medical Center? You could just call the line, 727-389-3220. We service all 50 states. We do weight loss. We do hormone replacement therapy, also known as testosterone replacement therapy. We have stuff for your hair, skin, nails, blood pressure. We have stuff for erectile dysfunction. We have libido enhancers for men and women. Pretty much we have everything. Injectable aminos, injectable vitamins, special blends, pre-workout stuff to help you build muscle, stuff to help you burn fat. We got every damn thing. So just call, again, 727-389-3220. Tell them Big Drew sent you, and they'll give you the runaround. You can do everything from your phone as well. You don't need to actually come in. You can go to your phone. You could actually text that number if you don't feel like talking. We can handle it that way, but we'll get it done. Just hit us up. Mr. Image 78, great information. I'm in Massachusetts. Where can I get blood work done to know what I need? Basically, if you're in Massachusetts, also shout out to Massachusetts, my home place right there. But yeah, if you're in Massachusetts, all you basically do is just call the number 727-389-3220. I'm gonna keep saying it, and just let them know you need blood work. What they'll do is they'll send you to a place closest to you. Whatever blood donation or blood places you have close to you, they'll send you there. Once the blood work comes back to us, one of our medical providers will call you, go over the blood work with you, and then we'll just take it from there. So technically, you don't have to actually come in to get your blood work done. We'll send you to some place, and then depending on what you need, if you're prescribed anything, it'll be shipped straight to your house from a U.S. licensed pharmacy in your name, ready to go. So you don't actually have to come here. We probably there's probably like 95 or even higher, or maybe even 90, I don't know, but patients that have never actually been to the office. So we have patients all over the place. But if you're in town, we do blood work in-house. We do UV treatments. We do a lot of in-person stuff too as well. So you could always come by the office. I'll call that number and set something up if you're in town. Chris Martin says, Kimbo, now I can't see. Kimbo. Especially if I take this cap off with the bald head and beard and like a tank top, it's Kimbo. It is what it is. Can you take Max, who's that? Max PRS 87 says, can you take TRT with Rad 140? I'm not a fan of Rad 140. I haven't used it. I've heard negative stuff about it. Yes, it does gain muscle, but it has other stuff too, so I wouldn't recommend it. Stuff we have here at Titan Medical that's similar would be MK677. So you could take TRT with MK. And MK is going to do a similar thing like Rad 140 without the side effects, without the negative side effects, I should say, because positive side effects would be muscle and things like that. And MK is going to have you eat a lot more too. So if eating is a concern, if you're not eating enough to grow, MK677, you'll be wanting to eat everything. Max also asked, can you take TRT with enclomiphene? Yes. Most of our patients, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of our patients, when they're prescribed testosterone, they're given HCG, and now it's more so enclomiphene. So that's part of the HRT or TRT protocol that we have here at Titan, if it shows in your blood work. So yes, definitely you could take enclomiphene with TRT. And what enclomiphene is going to do when you're taking the TRT is it's going to prevent testicular atrophy, and it's also going to keep your sperm good. So a lot of times if people take too much testosterone over a prolonged period of time, or other stuff, not legal stuff, it'll make their testosterone so low, so their sperm basically they're shooting blanks, for lack of a better term. So with clomiphene, you're not going to have that problem. So anybody out there is looking to have a baby, a lot of times places will go to a reproductive medicine place. The man's sperm is too low, they'll prescribe him something, which is something similar to enclomiphene. So yes, you can take it with enclomiphene. Enclomiphene is actually going to benefit when you're taking TRT. Alexa Wilson said, what are some interesting facts or innovations about the Paris 2024 Olympics? Interesting facts. I'm not sure about facts so far. I mean, that was going to be one of my topics today. What do you guys like? What events do you guys like, and who do you like? I'm not sure about facts. I know we have a lot of people from Tampa, this area, that are competing. Shout out to Arian Knighton. Arian Knighton, he broke Usain Bolt's track and field record for his age group. He went to Hillsborough High School here in Tampa, dominated, set the national record, went pro straight out of high school, didn't even have to go to college, because in track, if you're fast, you're fast. So didn't even go to college, signed, broke. He's been breaking record after record after record. So that's who I want to win the 200. Also, Noah Lyles does well too, but I don't know. I've never really been a fan of Noah Lyles. He's an impressive athlete. He's fast, but he just doesn't excite me at all. So I want Arian Knighton to win the 200. Yeah, if he brings home the gold, that would be crazy. Now I think he'll be one of the youngest to win it too. So he's still only like 20, I think. But he was 17 years old. He was running pro for the USA team. And yeah, I want to see him dominate. Anybody else on here? Let me see who's on there. Any other questions on TikTok? I see some TikTok people over there. There we go. SMP by Rob. That sounds good, man. That sounds good. Hit me up. My Instagram is, hit me up. I don't know if you have my Instagram. My Instagram is Big Drew, BIGDRU 616. BIGDRU 616. But yeah, SMP Rob, definitely hit me up. That sounds good. I appreciate that. Fitness Vogie, how reliable is TikTok as a source of health information compared to traditional sources like health careers? Yes, that was actually literally, if you look, I'm actually going to show you how real that is. If you guys look, whoever just said that, who's that? Fitness Vogue, you must have read my mind, because here's the topic. If you look at my screen, you could see it's the same exact thing. So yeah. But yeah, it's very important. I'm kind of the same way. I used to, especially before I got to Titan, I used to always go to Google for everything. People say, who's your doctor? I would be like, Dr. Google, because if I had a headache, I would Google. If I had this, I would check. A lot of the information I've accumulated over the years and years, is from me watching videos, YouTube videos, reading, trial and error, obviously. But a lot of younger people, that's what they're doing now. They go to videos for information. I know over in other countries, they use social media more as like a learning thing, and here it's kind of like entertainment. So I know over in the Asian countries, they use social media as a big like learning platform, where kids over there, they're watching stuff not realizing they're learning, and over here, these kids are watching stuff not realize they're being brainwashed into something else. So yeah. It's gonna get to be more and more where people are doing that. I feel like it's gonna get to a point where you're actually gonna have everyone's gonna have their online doctor, or they can go to their phone or their iPad or whatever. It's gonna get to the point where everything is over the phone and online now. So it's gonna be pretty much where pretty soon you're gonna be talking into your watch or something, asking your doctor about something, and you're gonna do whatever they say. So I don't know. It's good and it's bad, because misinformation's out there as well. So a lot of times people are getting information online that's not even true. I've done it in the past. I'm guilty of it. I did a show probably like 2 years ago. I did a show, one of my topics, I was talking about something, and one of my media guys, when he was pulling up, as I was talking about, because there's people behind me, doing the information, one of the guys, he said, hey, he started nodding his head, doing this. He's like, that's not true. So I literally, as I'm on my live, I had to literally re-look at a couple other sources and then apologize and saying it's not true. So be careful what you read. Just because it's online, it's not gonna. It doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be true. Chris Robinson, due to diabetes complications, all of my progress and growth has been erased. I lost just over 100 pounds. Any suggestions on the most efficient and productive ways to regain and rebuild? Goal, your size and developed or close to it. First thing I would say is you said you lost over 100 pounds. What were the 100 pounds? Was it 100 pounds of, how much of that was fat, water, or muscle? If a lot of it was fat and water, it's actually a good thing because you don't want that on your body. If a lot of that was muscle, that's the main thing, is putting that muscle back on, which is going to be and being a what type diabetic are you first? What are you on, any type of insulin or anything like that, or what's your protocol? I mean, not to get, you don't have to. Obviously, this is live. 60, 40, 60, good. Okay. Yeah. Again, how old are you too? Because I know for me, 10 years ago, it was a lot easier for me to put on weight or sustain weight. Now it's a little bit harder to actually keep the weight on. So, I mean, if someone's 30 years old, they could put that muscle on not pretty quickly, but if it's been there, it's easier to get it back if they're 25, 30. If someone's 45, 50, and they lost 40 pounds of muscle over the years, chances are they may not get that back unless it's like, they're coming back from a severe injury. So everything, 52. Okay, so you're 52. What was this? His goal, how tall are you? How tall are you and how much do you weigh, if you don't mind me asking? Because, I mean, the reason why I'm asking this is because he says his goal is my size and developed or close to it. So I would have to figure out, how tall are you, how much do you weigh, and what is your goal weight or goal? He told me your goal look, but it's really hard to say when I'm just reading random stuff like that. 5'10", what's your current weight? She said lost 100 pounds. This is the thing right here I want to see. Okay, SMP Rob says I'm on TRT and HGH. Good little combination right now. We don't have HGH here. Again, I like IGF-1 better than HGH. I'm not going to lie and say I've taken HGH, but I know I've taken IGF-1. And I've had a lot of bodybuilder friends take HGH over the years. It's like, oh, HGH, I need to get growth. Every time they take it, I don't really see a change in their body. I mean, they may get tired and they may gain some water weight, but I mean, for the way they're taking it, I really don't see like a drastic change. Now, when I took IGF, I noticed a change. Like, my waist was gone. I have a small waist and abs all year to begin with. But when I took IGF, it was like all my basketball shorts that were double knotted were like falling off me, and it was like crazy. And I still was full, still was vascular, still was strong. So 5'10", 140 pounds. Yeah, if you're 5'10", 140, you should be able to put that weight back on. Not quickly, but again, I wouldn't be looking to gain 100 pounds, especially if you're diabetic. The quicker the weight comes on, the quicker it's going to come off. So just find a slow, steady program where you're just eating constantly and resting constantly. Do it the safe way because you're insulin. Now, I'm not sure. Don't mark my words on this, but MK677 might help. But again, being a diabetic, so when you call 727-389-3220, just ask whoever picks up the phone, explain to the medical provider, like, look, I'm a diabetic. This is what I want to do. I heard Drew on the show mention MK677. Is this something I could take being a diabetic? If it is, that's what you need right there. I mean, you take MK, you're going to eat, and build muscle. Just eat clean, quality food and just pound it all day long and drink a ton of fluid. All right, you got it. Yes, follow up, definitely. Let me know. Hit me up in 60, 30, 60, 90 days. Let me know how it's going. But 140 right now, so we'll see where you're at in 60 to 90 days from now. Yeah, SMP Rob just said next is there's so many new weight loss products coming up. It's almost like people have no excuse anymore. I'm reading a question right now, Chris Martin. I'm just making sure I don't read it out loud online. I need to read it first before I just say what it is. I'm not sure how much you're paying there. He said since he's paying for blood work, can he order lab slips so that he can see what direction he's going instead of waiting for the 3 months, etc. It's cheaper using Titan and or your discount. If you need blood work, Chris Martin, just call the office, 727-389-3220. Let them know. I'll let the girls know to take care of you for 130. Normally our blood work is 200, but I'll do it for you for 130, so saving $70. And again, our blood work's a full panel, so it's a full panel. So we're testing everything. We're testing your kidneys. We're testing your hemoglobin, your estrogen, your testosterone. Everything's going to be on there. So yeah, but yeah, just go ahead and give them a call. I'll let them know to do it for 130 for you, so you save a little bit of money. Chris Robinson said he's going to call. Perfect. You're welcome, Chris. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love the questions. That's what I like answering questions. So, anybody else got any questions, real quick? SMP Rob, I'll be looking for your message. He said he switched over from a competitor. Nice, nice. I'm not going to ask what competitor you switched over from, but I'm pretty sure I have a good idea. We have had a lot of people recently that have switched over to us from another company. So I never bash companies. I'm never going to talk trash about anybody specifically. That's just not my thing. I don't see the point in that. But we've had a lot of people coming over, so I appreciate it. I mean, we're clearly doing something right over here if people are coming to us. So we've been in the business for 10 years now, over 10 years. So we do stuff for the right way. We take care of people. That's why we last. That's why the other places, they come around, blow people up and blow up the whole scene, and then they kind of fall off. I've seen it over time and time again, but we're still standing. We're still doing the thing. What is this? Gold's most dangerous weapon. No, I am not. I am 100% Titan right now. Weston Martin said 6 feet too tall to compete. I'm not sure what you mean by that. He's on my live. He's asking if he's too tall to compete. I'm not sure what you mean by it. How tall are you, and what did you mean? Is that what you meant by it? Is that too tall to compete? I'm a firm believer you could be as tall as you want to be. A lot of bodybuilders are short because over the years, it just became a thing where shorter guys like to bodybuild. I mean, if you're a man, you want to feel strong and manly and big, and if you're short, then the only option you really have is to get swole and get big. So a lot of shorter guys bodybuild, or a lot of shorter kids, when they reach their height and growth, they just start bodybuilding. So over time, it's been like a known thing that shorter guys work out. I've seen people I meet in person, they think I'm 5'9" or something like that. They see me and I'm, oh, you're tall. So usually muscular guys are shorter. Now with the whole wave of everything, with the whole social media, this and that, I want to see what it's going to be like when we get guys 6'6", 6'8", 6'10" bodybuilders. There's plenty of guys in the NBA. Zion Williamson, I guarantee you he could bodybuild. If he looks like that naturally, running around 285 pounds, and he's pretty much eating, it's just eating, he could definitely be a bodybuilder. Larry Johnson could be a bodybuilder. A lot of these taller guys. So he says he's 6'8". Yeah. One of my friends, Aaron Reed, is 6'8". He's a bodybuilder. So if you're not familiar with Aaron Reed, look him up. He's 6'8", bodybuilder. I just trained with him a few months back. But yeah, he's a body, and he's symmetrical too. He's got legs. He's got everything. So don't believe that just because you're tall, you can't get legs and this and that. So yeah, taller bodybuilders, doesn't matter if you're 5'2" or 7'2". If you want to put that muscle on your frame, you can do it. The Bull, 5'10", started his bodybuilding journey, and that's what I realized. Most were shorter than I thought they were. Yeah, a lot of bodybuilders are shorter. I mean, if you look at Kai Green, he's like 5'8". Phil Heath's like 5'8". Jay Cutler, I think 5'8", 5'9" maybe. Dexter Jackson, 5'6". Yeah, Derek Lunsford just won the Olympia, maybe 5'6", 5'7". Yeah, so I think the average professional bodybuilder is like 5'8", or not, maybe 5'9". So very rarely do you guys see guys 6 feet. Andrew Jack, some of the other guys are getting bigger now. So whenever I competed on stage, I was like a head taller than all the guys I went up against. And once I went to nationals, then there were other guys, 6'4", 280 and stuff like that. But Yeah, right now the average height of a successful bodybuilder is between 5'8" and 5'10". Um, the average height of a Mr. Olympia winner, yeah, because that 5'10" seemed high. The average height of the Mr. Olympia winner, Mr. Olympia is literally the best bodybuilder in the whole world. It's like the top competition for people to know. The average height is 5'7". So I'm over half a foot taller than the average bodybuilder. So almost a foot. I mean, yeah. So it gets, anybody can put weight on. I'm a firm believer. That's pretty much it we have for today on Titan Lifestyle. Thank you guys for all the questions. Let me see, what is this? One more. I said, need to add mass. I am only 265 pounds. I need 325, 330. Now, again, if people hear me saying this, they're like, only 265. But again, he's 6'8". So 6'8", he wants to get to 325 or 330. It just depends. I'm not going to say, I never look at numbers, but it just depends what that 265 looks like right now and that 330. You don't want to get to 330 just to say you got to 330. If it's a clean bulk, you're putting on tissue, not just water and fat, changing the scale, yeah. But yeah, good luck with the weight with the weight gain. Again, if you're 6'8" and you're trying to get to 320, 325, 330, MK677, that will definitely help. It's going to have you eat your meals like crazy. So I keep preaching over and over and over again. There's nothing I have ever taken, whether it's with Titan or not, that has made me eat and gain weight like MK677. I mean, over the counter, under the counter, doesn't matter. I've never taken something that could actually put weight on me and I'm eating and I'm feeling good as fast as MK. It's almost a cheat code in terms of putting weight on. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for today. That's all the questions I see on all the screens. There's nothing else new coming up. Check me out next week, Titan Lifestyle. I do this every week, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and also TikTok, also the podcast. So if you guys want to check out the podcast, go to and just Google search Titan Medical Center Podcast. You can watch all the episodes, and make sure you hit the bell on the YouTube channel so you're notified of these videos. I'll see you next week. Real quick, Titan events coming up. The Tampa Pro, August 1st to August 3rd. That's next week, right here in Tampa. After that, we have the Olympia. That's October 10th to October 13th. That's in Vegas. Very excited about that. It's a brand new venue, so it's going to be a real good time out there in Vegas. I like Vegas to visit, but I don't like it to live, so I'm excited about that. And that, again, that's 10-10, 10-13. Then we have the Hurricane Pro, which is 10-18 to 10-19. That's another, this year, the Hurricane Pro is a 2-day show. It's always been a 1-day show. Tim Gardner is Tampa Pro, and Tim Gardner, Hurricane Pro. But it's a 2-day show this year because it was so big and it got so long, we had to make it into a 2-day show. Or I should say, Tim had to make it into a 2-day show. And also, the Tampa Pro is Titan Medical presents the Tampa Pro. The Hurricane Pro is the Titan Medical presents the Hurricane Pro. And then the last one, Cars and Couture, that's 11/16. That's a great car show. Come check out the Lambo, the Vet, the McLaren, the C8s. I'm sure other places will have some Bugattis and crazy cars out there. We'll have more events coming up. Check the website, sign up for the newsletter, and you'll be notified of all this stuff. I will see you next week for Big Drew and my brother from another mother, John. I'll see you next week. Titan Medical.